Yes, I still own the C30. I still have a lot of awesome plans for her. She may be down right now. She's not out. Stay patient with me. She will make a triumphant return because there's a little white Hyundai that needs to be taught some manners. Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name's Chad, and as you can see, I got my Mustang, well, kind of sort of fresh off her victory against Greg in the VR. Well, it's the last time you saw her in real anger. And to those of you who are, you know, keep pestering about it, yes, I still have the C30. We are, well, she's still broken. I'm gonna go into some of my plans with her, as well as the Mustang, and a couple other cars, well, Greg and Hanson's cars in this video, so let's get to it. Before we get into any of that, I just want to take a second because obviously the world's a bit, well, it's a bit turned upside down at the moment thanks to the COVID-19 outbreak. And I'd be remiss if I didn't at least touch on the subject briefly before we get into the fun stuff, the reason that you're here. I just want to let everybody know who's affected by that. You're in my thoughts and prayers. This thing is like nothing I've experienced in my lifetime, probably yours. It's really, really crazy. And to be 100% honest, it hit me pretty hard. It's really hard to get motivated to make, you know, car videos when you got this thing over your head. But then, you know, I started talking to some of my buddies. I watched a video from B is for Build. I did a lot of stuff, a lot of thinking, and the boys, Greg and Hanson, we came to the conclusion that, well, everybody has been affected by this, and it's on the tip of everybody's tongues, so why not try to offer some form of a distraction, whether it be for 5, 10, 15 minutes, or whatever, just to get people thinking about something else. Now, it's obviously something that's really, really serious, but hopefully you guys keep coming back and we can provide you with some kind of distraction to help you through this tough time. We'll get through it, but we just gotta be smart about things. And that's kind of my piece. So on to the rest of the video. So let's start with the other guys' cars. First up, Hanson. Well, he's got the Veloster N, and well, it's basically brand new, so no issues to report there, other than the fact that, well, it's easily the slowest car in the Shifting Lanes fleet. Greg's cars, the V70R and the M3, well, the V70R gave him a bit of a scare with the check engine light. Turns out to be just a gas cap issue. The M3, that has a check engine light, and it's not so simple. It's a tune issue, and anybody who's ever worked with tunes knows that this could be a bit of a process. So hopefully Greg gets that done pretty soon because, well, let's face it, it's got a date with the Mustang. On to my cars. All right, we're gonna start with my C30. Yes, I still own her. Yes, she's still on the channel. However, she has some minor issues that are kind of preventing me from, well, let's just face it, driving her like I should. First up, we have a clutch master cylinder that is bad. The clutch has about that much travel, and that is not an exaggeration. We've isolated it to the master cylinder for the clutch. Hopefully getting that fixed soon. I did work a deal with a shop, so I should be able to get that done relatively inexpensive. Once all this, well, let's just face it, stuff outside of my control is done and dusted. We also have a bit of a coolant leak coming from the hose down in here. All that stuff, again, I worked a deal with the shop and they gave me a really good price. And frankly, this job right here, from everything I've read, talked to people, it's a bit of a pain to do the clutch master cylinder. It can be done, but, well, this is the state of my shop, and this is the state of my garage, so I don't really have room to kind of do it. Sure, I could do it in the field here, but I'd prefer not to. And like I said, the shop's giving me a pretty good price on everything, so might as well let them take care of it. Same thing applies for the coolant line. Now, on to, well, the car I've been driving, and thank goodness it's been a mild winter because, well, I've been getting to enjoy the Mustang, and she sounds great. She looks great, but she is not without fault. First and foremost, the first issue, well, that's my fault, and I guess it's actually on the other side. Well, I guess it's my being christened into being a Mustang owner because I have curbed this wheel here. Not my fault. Well, I guess kind of my fault. But at any rate, I was in some bad weather, guy veered into my lane, and I lost the back end. And frankly, this damage here is the best case scenario. I am planning on taking that to Greg's guy, the guy who refurbished Greg's wheels, to have this wheel refurbished. The other issue, and we kind of have to go around to the other side, is this window here. Now, as you can see, it's completely intact. Same thing for the quarter glass. But there's something going on with the electronics, with the sensor, to where when you open the door, you can see, well, actually, I should say when you close the door, you see how that window goes up? We'll do it again. You see that? Well, that's in a lot of modern cars now, nothing new, nothing fancy. The problem here is that when I'm driving around, it thinks the door is being opened and closed. Now, I'm not getting an open door issue on the dash. It's not bonging, not telling me the passenger door is open, but it does this. It opens, it closes, it opens and closes. It seems to be whenever there's sort of a vibration going through, so I'm wondering if it's a loose connector, but it's not the end of the world. It does go far enough up to where I'm not getting water in the car when it rains and everything like that, but it is supremely annoying when I'm driving the car. Thank goodness I don't really have that much of a commute, because my house is off in that direction. And lastly, I should point out that I've been working in the maintenance building ever since this whole virus thing hit, to try to limit myself to the population and things like that. And every morning I park the Mustang and I look at this, and it's been sitting here for a while, and it's a 4th gen Camaro, 6-cylinder automatic, absolutely nothing special about it, but it's been sitting here for forever, and it's got me thinking, and mostly because I've been watching an absolute butt ton of Cletus lately, it's got me thinking, how much would it take to get this car into the 10s? Now, I'm thinking junkyard LS up front, some form of forced induction. I'm thinking like a turbo, some sort of Holley EFI ECU system. And I'm not sure on the transmission. We might get a T56, or see if there's any power glides out there for relatively inexpensive to go with the drive shaft and the rear end. But I'm thinking, and I know, 1, 2, I've already got 2 projects. Bringing on a third, well, it might not be the best idea in the world, but our new superintendent, bit of a car nut, has like 13 cars, a 429 Mustang, more stuff. Hopefully I'll be showing you his collection once all this stuff calms down. But he came up to me and he goes, what motor's in that? I was thinking of Minebrook drag car. Now, you ever known me, you can't throw a project into my head without me starting to think about it. Now, again, I don't even own this car. I don't even know who the owner is. I think it's one of our cook's sons, so I'm not even sure he wants to part with it. But I'm thinking like a 10 seconds for 10K kind of a thing. I don't know, could be fun. The plan is to get the Mustang into the 10s, but that's also my daily driver. Well, one of them, when that's working. But I'm thinking a track toy might not be the worst idea. Again, this isn't set in stone. I definitely want to make this clear that these 2 cars are my top priority. I want to get her up and running because, well, frankly, I need to teach that little brand new Hyundai a lesson. And I want to get her to a point where, well, we could start throwing boost at her in the form of a supercharger, because the M3 should not be the fastest car in our fleet. This should be. But I still want to work on her. I still have some ideas for her. So I don't know. I would love to at some point do an LSD up front. It would make this thing handle a hell of a lot better, but who knows? But these 2 cars take precedent. That thing just has my brain spinning. Any car guy will tell you, new cars, ideas, stuff like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Smash that like button and the notification bell so you get the latest from Shifting Lanes as we release it. If you want to hit us up on social media, it's at Chenedy83 or at Shifting Lanes. I've talked to a lot of you guys. You guys are awesome. It's a pretty surreal experience to think that we have fans. But it's been a really cool experience, so definitely hit us up there. If you want to help the channel, We got Volvo C30 hoodies, and we also have Hellwinkle hoodies. We also have Shifting Lanes hoodies. We have a lot of cool, really cool stuff. Go get yourself some awesome swag. Helps us out, helps us basically put all that money back into our cars, into making the channel awesome for you guys. But for this video, that's pretty much a wrap. I just want to tell you guys, please be safe out there. Wash your hands, distance yourselves. We'll get through this. We just got to be smart about it. But until next time, take it easy, guys.